Imagine a Porsche that can, well, let's not spoil every surprise right at the start. What we can say is this: the next 5 years are shaping up to be absolutely groundbreaking for the brand. From all-electric models that push boundaries to wild new design directions and even a plan to keep old-school engines alive with synthetic fuels, Porsche is preparing for a future that blends tradition with innovation in ways no other car maker quite manages. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll see exactly where Porsche is headed and why every enthusiast, whether you're a purist or a tech lover, needs to pay close attention. Okay, so first up, let's talk electricity. Porsche already proved it can play in the EV game with the Taycan. And not just play, it's actually given Tesla and other rivals a real scare. The Taycan's mix of performance, design, and luxury has made it one of the most exciting EVs on the road. But Porsche isn't stopping there. The next wave is all about expanding the lineup. You've probably heard whispers about the Macan EV, which is set to be the brand's volume EV. That's huge because the Macan has long been one of Porsche's best sellers. Turning it electric could completely shift the market. And then there's the 718 Cayman and Boxster. Yes, the mid-engine icons are also going electric. Now, some purists might groan, but Porsche promises the driving dynamics won't get watered down. In fact, early test reports suggest the electric 718 could be one of the sharpest sports cars they've ever built. Now let's talk about something that still haunts EV buyers: range anxiety. Porsche knows this, and that's why their battery tech is about to take some big leaps. We're looking at next-gen energy density improvements, meaning batteries that pack more power into smaller packages. Combine that with 800-volt charging tech, and you're looking at recharge times that could drop from coffee break to quick espresso shot. But here's where Porsche adds its own twist. Unlike many automakers who are going all in on electric, Porsche is hedging their bets with e-fuels. Yeah, synthetic fuels that allow combustion engines to run nearly carbon neutral. This means your beloved 911 might not only survive the EV revolution, it could thrive alongside it. So in a way, Porsche is saying, yes, we're going electric, but we're not abandoning our heritage cars. If you're enjoying this breakdown of Porsche's future, do us a favor, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. That way you won't miss our next deep dive on where sports cars are heading. Now, performance isn't just about the motor anymore, it's about brains too. Modern cars are becoming rolling computers, and Porsche wants to make sure it stays at the sharp end of that shift. First, ADAS, Advanced Driver Assistance Systems. Porsche has always been a little cautious here. They're not trying to make a robo-taxi like some brands. Instead, their philosophy is assisted driving, not autonomous driving. That means features that make you safer and reduce fatigue, like adaptive cruise, lane keeping, or even predictive navigation, but still let you feel in control. After all, this is Porsche. The last thing they want is for driving to feel boring. Then there's the digital cockpit of tomorrow. Porsche is aiming for a space that's immersive yet personal. Picture voice assistants tuned to your habits, displays that adapt to your driving mood, and an infotainment system that's less about menus and more about experiences. For instance, imagine your car recognizing that you're about to hit a mountain road and automatically switching into a sporty layout with performance telemetry front and center. And here's something that could be a game changer for their business: OTA updates and subscription services. Tesla set the bar here, but Porsche is catching up fast. Think about it. Downloading new performance modes, extra infotainment features, or even suspension upgrades without ever visiting a dealer. Yes, it could mean paying for features that used to be included, but it also means your Porsche can literally get better over time. So let's shift gears and talk design. Porsche design has always been about that sweet spot between beauty and function, and the next 5 years will double down on that balance. Aerodynamics will play a massive role, especially for EVs, where every curve impacts range. Expect to see more active aero elements, spoilers, vents, and even underbody panels that move in real time to optimize drag and cooling. Plus, Porsche is exploring more sustainable materials, things like lightweight composites made from recycled fibers or plant-based sources. Inside, the philosophy stays consistent: luxury meets ergonomics. Porsche interiors tend to feel both futuristic and timeless. What's coming next is even smoother digital integration. Physical buttons will shrink, digital controls will grow, but Porsche knows not to go too far. You still want tactile feedback when driving spiritedly. And here's something enthusiasts will love: heritage design cues. Porsche often pulls ideas from its past, and the whispers are that the next-gen 911 and other models could bring back retro details, maybe headlights inspired by the classic 356, or dashboard elements from the air-cooled era, updated with a modern twist. Now, let's get real for a second. Performance is great, but the car industry is under huge pressure to clean up its act. Porsche, like everyone else, has to prove it can be fast and responsible. That's where the circular economy comes in. Expect more recycled materials in cars, from metals to plastics to even upholstery. Porsche is working on a closed-loop production system, where materials from old cars or production waste get fed back into the system instead of tossed away. Then there's the big picture: carbon-neutral manufacturing. Porsche has already pledged to cut emissions across its plants, with renewable energy powering factories and innovative processes to reduce waste. And it doesn't stop at their gates. Porsche is pushing for supply chain transparency. That means making sure the lithium in your EV battery or the leather on your seats comes from sources that are ethical and sustainable. In short, they're aiming for performance without the guilt trip. By the way, if you're watching this far, you're probably as fascinated by Porsche's future as we are. Do us a solid, drop a comment below. What do you think about synthetic fuels? Are they the key to keeping the 911 alive, or just a distraction from going fully electric? We'd love to hear your take. Now let's talk about something that often gets overlooked: what it actually feels like to own a Porsche in the future. Porsche's dealer network is shifting from being just a showroom to being an experience hub. Think less about a sales floor and more about a lounge where you can configure your dream car, test out tech, and even join exclusive events. On top of that, Porsche is going big on digital platforms. These will allow owners to customize their cars virtually, connect with other enthusiasts globally, and be part of an online community. Imagine being able to share track times, get software updates, or even trade customization ideas all through an official Porsche ecosystem. And of course, there's racing. Porsche's DNA is soaked in motorsport, and that's not changing. From Formula E to endurance racing, Porsche continues to use the track as a test bed. And history tells us that tech proven on the track, whether it's hybrid systems, lightweight materials, or aero tricks, inevitably finds its way into road cars. So every Porsche you buy benefits from the brand's obsession with racing. So to sum it all up, the next 5 years are going to be a balancing act for Porsche. On one side, they're going full speed into the EV future, with cars like the Macan EV and electric 718. On the other side, they're keeping the soul of the brand alive through e-fuels and heritage design. Add to that smarter tech, sustainable production, and a reimagined ownership experience, and you've got a roadmap that's both ambitious and, honestly, pretty exciting. The big question is, are you ready for a future Porsche that feels both familiar and totally new? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want more deep dives into the future of cars, and hit that bell so you never miss an update.